Someone who definitely needs a video, made on them right now, I feel like, is Riccardo Calafiori. We haven't really seen a lot of him this season in the Premier League especially, but I feel like he's been so good in just the limited minutes we've seen him play. So in this video, I'm just going to be discussing the potential role when he comes into the side and just looking over the games that he has played. There'll be clips going to the side of me, and I'm just going to say this guy has been a lot better than maybe a lot of you think, and he's ready to be integrated, goodness. I really do think he is. But before I begin, if you are new here, please make sure you've hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. It really does help me out. So let's just start talking about Riccardo Calafiori. Of course, big money signing, coming from Serie A, Bologna, successful season with them. Obviously, by trade, a centre-half, but we've seen him play at left-back for us this season. And I feel like in those games coming on, they haven't been particularly easy, to be honest, in the games that he's come off the bench in. Away to Villa, at home to Brighton, both needed different types of performances. And against Aston Villa, we saw him really courageous, going into duels, being really aggressive, He was anticipating the ball really well as well. I thought it was quite impressive off the bench, He kind of stopped the attacks going on Timber's side of the pitch. When he came on, we no longer felt sort of vulnerable in the game. And I'm just going to look at his stats against Villa. Probably not as glamorous as I kind of think it will be, but still pretty good nonetheless. So he had 11 minutes played, 4 out of 5 accurate passes, 1 interception, 1 recovery, 1 dribble pass, 1 foul committed as well. The duel's not so good, but I think that really does show Calafiori as a player. Really aggressive on the ball, wanted the ball a lot. You could see him demanding it. You could see him ready to receive it. And I think that's one of the first things you need to think about when you're looking at a player and how good they are. Coming off the bench, high intensity game, Villa Park, he wanted the ball to his feet. He wasn't afraid to collect it. He wasn't afraid to drive. And I really did love that from him. He was even picking up nice positions inside the pitch as well, but on the fullback area as well, staying nice and wide at times too. He really knew his role, and maybe there was a couple of times where 1v1 in the duel he fell over, was a bit too eager, but that sort of thing, I feel like over the course of the minutes he's played, in the little minutes he's played, he's already refined it, and he just looks so good, and interceptions there show it, the recoveries as well. He can eat up ground really quickly. He's sort of those players which are quite, deceptively quick. I do think he's deceptively quick. The way he is in those duels, the way he covers the ground to recover the ball, it is really good. And for someone that's only 22 years old, maybe a centre-half, normally, playing in that left centre-half role is really good stuff. And I know he's played left-back before, but I just thought it was quite interesting how he did perform off the bench against Villa and also Brighton. I think now, let us just go on to the game against Brighton. Obviously, different sort of scenario. We kind of had him come onto the pitch to make a back five. He was in a back four playing left back at times. At times he was in the left centre half area. He was kind of asked to do quite a lot, and the way he adapted was so good. It kind of shows his mentality as a player, the sort of player that is strong mentally, wanting to really get involved. Although, the game sort of state was really against us, I think it was quite good. Here it is, 2 clearances, 1 headed clearance, 8 touches, 1 foul committed, 3 out of 4 accurate passes, 31 minutes played, 6.0 rating. So some really well-rounded stats, to be honest. I know it may not look that glamorous, but when you watch the game, see him so courageous, going into the duels, being aggressive, defending the box. There was a lot of headers away that he had to do, and the 3 out of 4 accurate passes kind of just show how comfortable he is on the ball. It can be so easy for a player to come off the bench in a game against Brighton and just be so rash, but Calafiori certainly wasn't. And I really did think, when Odegaard had the ball, when Calafiori was making a dart, I really thought that was his moment. I really thought this was the moment where Calafiori is going to go one-on-one and he's going to score and win us the game and really announce himself as a sort of starter. But it didn't happen. But, he is a defender at the end of the day. He's a fullback. His performance defensively was really promising. I loved it to bits, to be honest. I really did like what I saw from Calafiori. And I just hope Mikel Arteta is seeing what I'm seeing, because he does look like a player that's ready to come in that sort of left-back spot, do a job for us, link that left side, for the goodness of Martinelli as well. You can't really legislate how important it is to have a left-footed player playing left back. You'd often see Timber kind of uncomfortable to play a ball over the top on his left foot because it's just so unnatural. But with Calafiori, he can easily do that. And I'm not saying Timber's a bad player, because I think he's been really equally as impressive when he's played against Villa, when he's played against Brighton as well. But just having a left-footed player, somebody who can play those balls over the top, but also cut inside as well and receive the ball on his left foot and play it wide. These small things are really important. I feel like Calafiori will really elevate that left side, whether it be Declan Rice in the 8 or or Marino there as well in the 8, or Trossard or Sterling or Martinelli, whoever it be on the wing, I feel like Calafiori can really impact their game in a really positive way. And I've got the little tactics board out here, Gunners. Looking at our little formation, there's Calafiori, of course, Gabriel, Saliba, Ben White, Thomas Partey, Declan Rice, Ødegaard, Saka, Havertz, and Raheem Sterling. I do feel like Raheem Sterling has to be the starting winger, particularly because he holds the width. If we're just saying us from a goal kick, this is what would happen. Ben White will go up in there. Partey will come down here. It's always Ødegaard in there. Declan Rice plays really high from the restart. And I feel like this is a positive because Thomas Partey isn't really comfortable, you know, receiving the ball here and turning on his weaker foot to play a ball into this area. But when you have Calafiori, he has the option to come in here. Partey can potentially then go here, and Ødegaard can play a lot higher up the pitch, and he can pick up the pockets of space across this sort of zone. And that's what I hope happens when Calafiori is fully integrated, because he gives that left-footed option of the ball straight into his left foot. He can whip one round into a Sterling that's in there. He can, you know, play one quickly into the feet of Declan Rice if he does come short sometimes to receive it. It gives us so much variety, and I'm just really, really happy that hopefully Arteta can integrate Calafiori soon. Like I said, Timber hasn't been poor by any stretch of the imagination, but I do feel as though having a left-footed sort of left back can elevate our game to some really, really high levels. And I do feel like having Calafiori on the side will also help Kai Havertz, because Calafiori is a player that loves to receive the ball in this sort of area and drive. And we know how Kai Havertz likes to make runs over the top. Calafiori is not a stranger to playing a ball through there. You'll see many times in his career at Bologna, or whether that's been on loan, he is a very, very courageous and, you know, daring centre half or left back. He does want to play the expansive pass. He does want to try things. He wants to create, although he is by trade a defender, he wants to get involved and feel the game. And I think it's very rare for a defender to be like that, but Calafiori certainly is. And I feel like that's what makes him so, so good. It's not many times you have a player so courageous, who's normally by trade a centre half, on the ball and off the ball. And I think Zinchenko is an example of a fantastic player on the ball and courageous, but off the ball he hasn't got that courageous nature. Timber has kind of got both, to be honest, if I'm going to be honest, but Calafiori definitely has both, and he is left-footed and more natural to the left-back spot. So I do think he'll elevate, you know, that sort of side of the pitch. Also with Sterling, Calafiori can easily play those balls over the top as well to Sterling, who really is really good at coming to feet, but also spinning in behind. It just really, really makes that left side kind of tick, and I just can't wait when Calafiori is integrated by Mikel Arteta. We're going to see that left side elevated. I know I've said this many times before, but I feel like it's the Calafiori guy coming in, giving us that help in the build-up, whether even Arteta might decide on the ball, Raya, I want you to be having these two options, and Gabriel comes and becomes the orthodox left back. That could be a way of us getting out the build-up, because that build-up hasn't quite been right this season. But I'm sure Mikel Arteta in this international break is working away, finding a way to integrate Calafiori, maybe for the North London derby, whatever it be. But yeah, I'm just so happy with the performances of Calafiori. I feel like he's going to really help us this season. But anyway, guys, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace.